Hi, I'm Harry, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Muse's latest single Unravelling and the direction of their future releases. Unravelling, at time of recording the latest song released by Muse, has brought with it a brand new sound for the band, arguably the heaviest song in their catalogue to date. Featuring an 8-string guitar tuned down to drop E, it features two of the heaviest riffs that Muse have arguably ever written. Unravelling isn't an out-and-out metal song. The verses, for example, are much more familiar territory for the band, allowing for their more long-time fans to find something more familiar and recognisable to be then brought into this heavier world that they've created for us. My main first response to this new song has been, is this a direction that they're heading towards deliberately, or is it just something that they're feeling in the moment? In a recent interview on BBC One following the first broadcast of Unravelling, Matt said that the song came about after getting hold of his 8-string guitar for the first time, and the song just came out straight away. No deliberate mentality to write something like that, it did just come naturally.
Literally, I got the guitar and the first thing I wrote was Unravelling. It just came straight out, boom. And so sometimes like a new instrument is enough to inspire something, you know?
And I find myself wondering, is that true, or is it actually just part of a wider marketing strategy to package this song to a new audience? And in that same interview, he says that there are no major plans to release a new album. They don't have a full album's worth of songs yet.
Opening up sort of a new creative period, really. I'm writing new songs now. We don't have a full album yet, but we're going to start getting into making a new collection of songs, you know, whether it be an album or not, whether it be a series of EPs or singles, I don't know yet, but we're definitely very creative right now and coming up with loads of new ideas and lots of inspiration, yeah, so it's a good sign.
Further adding, there is the possibility of releasing shorter EPs in future as opposed to an album. Does this mean there are no plans at all to release an album? Generally, a Muse album runs at 10 songs, which means they don't have 10 new songs to play with. And with 2 EPs in mind, that means there's the possibility of having 8 songs. So it could be that we're only talking about 2 songs that they don't have at best, and at worst, it could mean that they only have 6 or 7 songs to play with. We've seen since Absolution, with the exception of Black Holes and Revelations, that with every album released, there is at least 1 song that is never played live. So from Absolution, Falling Away With You was never played. From The Resistance, Exogenesis Part 2. From The Second Law, Big Freeze was never played live. From Drones, Aftermath. From Simulation Theory, both Get Up and Fight and Blockades weren't played, and their recent album Will of the People, Euphoria, never made it to a live show, not even once. Now, does this mean that Muse now only want to focus on releasing music that actually gets a chance at being played live? Moving towards an EP with fewer songs to focus on could suggest this. Whilst they create brilliant sounding studio albums, they're also really well known as one of the best live acts in the world today. From big production values such as visuals and lighting, excellent sound production, and capturing their massive songs as just a 3-piece plus Dan Lancaster, they really do offer something amazing and unique at every single one of their live shows. From a massive stadium or a much smaller private show, there is always something that is unique and amazing and epic with every single one of Muse's live performances. For years now, Matt has hinted or expressed an interest in just releasing singles, and could now be the time that finally happens. With the vast rise of streaming and the ever-changing landscape, bands and artists have never been under more considerable pressure to constantly change in order to stay relevant in the music industry today. Writing, recording, and releasing an entire album might take too much time in order to stay relevant and in the spotlight, where releasing a single to capture the moment might make much more of an impact. Though there is the risk that that approach may quickly date a band, thus introducing the constant need to reinvent themselves. Also, coupled with the strategy of only releasing singles, that means there is no large body of work to promote with a tour. Thus, that introduces a strong argument to continue to release albums. But I also think that could introduce a middle ground with the releasing of EPs. These are shorter bodies of work which are easier and quicker to release, and still carries with it the ability to tell a narrative, as Muse like to do with their music. These releases can be more concise and give the band the ability to tell a story over a shorter amount of time, making the impact much more punchy. And with that, they can still run a promotional tour, carrying with that their huge, big production value that they are well known for. With the shorter and more efficient turnover time of writing an EP, we could see Muse release 1 or 2 a year, if that is the direction that they wanted to go with. It is by no means a direction that Muse are definitely going to go down. Personally, I would be surprised if the band made that move, but it would be a welcome one, because it would be something something new for the band. Whilst they have released EPs before, this was before or just after the release of Showbiz, with the exception of one back in around 2010, which was a collection of live recordings. Not a body of original music that they wanted to release. It could present the band with an efficient way to stay relevant, to release music with a narrative that they like to tell. They are well known for releasing albums that have a narrative going right through the entire album, and releasing singles removes that ability to tell that story. I believe that with the release of EPs, they still have the ability to tell those stories, but over a quicker and much more efficient time frame. This has been something I've been thinking about for a while, and with the release of Unravelling just on its own, has made me think that this could be a direction they go down. It could be completely reactionary and have absolutely no basis at all. After all, it is just a song that has been dropped. Seemingly out of nowhere, they were planning on just doing some festival work, and just in the middle of this, a song came out of it. Could this be an example of just in the moment, in the spur of it, creativity that is just constantly coming out of them and that they found and just wanted to do something with? They didn't want to wait until the album, they thought the time was right to release it on its own. Or could it hint at the possibility of a new releasing strategy from Muse? Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I've been Harry, and thanks for watching.